Hello, my little goblins. We're here with Blue Eyes White Dragon Remastered. So, this is going to be a little different of a video. We got something kind of funny going on here. So, this was the original deck, Blue Eyes deck, I wanted to run, right? And usually how I do these is I stream the deck, and during the stream, we end up fixing the deck and making it better, and then we kind of figure out where we're going with it, right? People didn't like it because they thought it wasn't really a Blue Eyes deck because we're running the branded, so yada yada. So I wanted to show you guys the version I made. Right, we're gonna show games of all these decks, by the way. You'll end up seeing them in the replays that we end up looking at, right? But this is the version I made. You're gonna see some replays on it. So this is the version that I made on stream. And we called it Randy because Randy was one of the people inside the stream chat who was complaining about the deck. So this is Randy's Blue Eyes deck. We just added a bunch of cards. It just said Blue Eyes White Dragon, and we called it a day, really. Right, 3 ultimate fusions. It's pretty funny list. It's a pretty funny list. And then finally, the last deck that you're going to see from all this is another one I'm going to show you right now. So this is another variant of the deck. This is more of a control variant. You're still running the Dictator of D. You're still running Blue Eyes White Dragon, except now we got the Dragon Shrines. We have a compulsory evacuation device. If you're wondering why I keep playing against Mirror Jade Dragon, and this card at least lets you bounce the dragon without it popping your whole field. So that's kind of the reason why it's there. It's an okay spot removal. So this is more the control version of the deck. And again, it's running a small branded package, so we can go into Mirror Jade, Albion, and Lubellion. And remember, Albion and Lubellion can allow us to go into Blue Eyes Tyrant. So that's kind of where we're looking at there. Again, we're going to show all these decks inside this. And then at the end of the video, we're going to talk about how each of the decks performed. I played one deck way more than the others, so I'll probably talk about that more, which is the original deck that you've seen. So yeah, I thought this was a little different type of video. I thought it was kind of funny, and hope you guys enjoy. Hello, my little goblins, and this is the Randy version of the deck. As you can see, we have the blue-eyed silver, because it's a Blue Eyes monster, right? It's a blue-eyed silver zombie. Like I said, we were just messing around. These games are all in diamond, by the way, so just to give you an idea as well. So our beginning turn was pretty horrific, but we get that Chaos form, and we're able to get that Chaos Max Dragon. So we're going to be pretty primed for next turn to take this game. Our opponent is playing Zephyra. So if you guys are familiar with Zephyra, it's in my opinion a relatively confusing deck to play. I feel like you can make a lot of mistakes playing it. And but the thing is, I've never personally played it. I just seen other people play it. So I'm not 100% sure on what exactly you do with the deck, right? Let's see what our opponent does. We're going to speed this up. He's going to Electromite, pop some things. So, if you guys don't know, when things die on the field, as long as you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon in the graveyard, Blue Eyes White Dragon can special summon from graveyard or hand. And this card's nuts. So, this card makes combat a nightmare because once per turn, when this card is attacked or just is in battle in general, you get to bounce a card your opponent controls. So that's pretty devastating. It gets really even funnier when you have I think it's called Dictator of D, which is like the Lord of D, the new Lord of D. When he's on the field, you get to if you have a Blue Eyes monster on the field, you get to control combat. So you get to control where your opponent attacks, which is funny as shit with this card. So, our opponent's pretty much doing some Kring shit here. Like, there's no way we win this, right? Like, I can't imagine we win this game, personally. I mean, we have a blue-eyed silver zombie in the graveyard. That That's probably inciting some fear right now in our opponent. He's going to go into the Borreload Savage Dragon. I've pretty much given up at this point. I was like, there's no way in hell we win this. He's going to go Yazi. This guy's got pretty much everything. Now we got the Thunder Dragon monster. Yikes. So if you guys are wondering why Yazi didn't pop the back row, other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So the card's good. The card's good. Like the Blue Eyes Jake Dragon, I really am liking it. He's going to negate my card with the Borreload Savage. So he's using one of the charges. End of turn, since we use a charge, we're actually grabbing Ultimate Fusion. So we're going to Chaos Form. And our opponent just lets it go through. But I was confused because I've never used Chaos Form before. I thought this card banishes from the deck. It doesn't. You have to banish from the graveyard. So I was kind of annoyed by that. Now we bait out the Borreload Savage Dragon, which is completely fine. This is kind of what I was looking to do. We go into Relinquish Enema. It's time to suck our opponent. And now we summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And with Blue Eyes comes Blue Eyes. Real Eyes. We attack this. That's going to resurrect our Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. And our opponent is super dead. Oh, man. I don't know how the fuck we won that. You know why we won that? Because our opponent didn't set his Yang Zing trap for some reason. Some godforsaken reason he didn't set the trap. That's the reason why I think we won. But let's go to the next one. All right. Here we go for game number 2. We are using the first deck that I showed. The one that I made. The only difference is I added Mirror Force to it. Just because I was like, I'm going to make this more anime accurate. Just throw Mirror Force in there. So, obviously it's kind of a troll card, but I also think it's funny because your opponent's never going to think you have a Mirror Force, right? They're never going to be like, oh yeah, we got to play around the Mirror Force. Nobody ever does that. So, I think it could be a funny card sometimes. Our hand's pretty okay. I wouldn't say it's good. I wouldn't say it's bad. Our opponent has the Adventure package out, which is cringe. But since we have the Adventure package in our deck, we can actually counter it with this cross out. So we can stop this Griffin Rider, which is nice. We're going to still do the whole Adventure stuff to ourselves. Because I was like looking, I was like, oh, what else can I send the Foolish Burial? And there's really nothing I could do. And I'm going to call by the opponent, call by the grave our opponent. And right now he's waving his hand in the air saying, my opponent always has everything, damn it. In this game, we kind of do. Having the called by and the cross out, pretty unlucky on his end. But here he goes, he grabs the Draco back. We're going to Monster Reborn our Maxi. So we can get our Draco back of our own. And then we're going to search for the Water Enchantress. And you guys might be saying, what the hell are you doing, Fatzoid? You fucking piece of garbage. And I would say that's kind of rude. Why would you say that to me? What? Come on, man. That's not neat. Alright, well, Predaplant Verte on Anaconda is going to come out. And I'm going to give you guys fair warning about Anaconda. Because I've seen people make mistakes with this already. When you use Predaplant Verte Anaconda to do the branded fusion, you have to use it, and you have to use Verte Anaconda to go into the Mirror Jade. Because if you try to do Lubellion or Albion, that shit ain't gonna work too well. Because you can only special summon one card that turn after you use the you can't special summon cards after you use the effect. So then you won't be able to activate their effect to special summon the Mirror Jade. Just giving you guys a heads up before you do the same thing yourself. We're going to bounce his token away. We're going to hit him for a good 5k. We set that Mirror Force because we're top Gs. We're top G blokes. Our opponent Heartbeats. There goes the Mirror Force. Well, we tried. We tried to be a top G, but just wasn't in the cards for me. Our opponent Water Enchantresses, but like we're 100% fine because whatever he does, we're just going to banish, right? So he's going to Griffin first and then activate Rite of Emircir. So we're like, okay, well, we just banished Griffin. We banished Griffin, and we actually have follow-up for next turn because Albion's effect is going to get us a Branded Fusion. So he's going to bounce our Mirror Jade. Okay. Boom. Goodbye. Cringe. Who the hell plays Adventure? Cringe. It's only super cool when I do it. Alright, we draw the White Dragon, which is a pretty good draw here. That's going to let us go into the Striker Dragon. Now, here's a misplay. This isn't really a misplay, I would say. But we can't use Branded Fusion. Yeah, it's pretty much a misplay. Yeah, because if we just Branded Fusion, we could have just went into Mirror Jade, right? We could literally could have just went into Mirror Jade. Oh, wait. No, we couldn't have. Yeah, I do. I have 2 Fallen Valbas in the deck. Okay. Yeah, we could have just went to Mirror Jade and then just win the game by exiling this. So, yeah, this was kind of troll. Because you can't Branded Fusion if you special summon other cards from the extra deck. If you didn't know, now you know. So, now we have to do some cringe play. You know, we are playing Blue Eyes, so I guess summoning Blue Eyes is a little more respectable? Question mark? Now our opponent's going to draw a card. He's going to set a monster. He's a sad little lad. We're going to Branded Fusion into an Albion. Albion is going... I was going to summon the Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, but our opponent's a rude-ass bitch and wouldn't let us do it. So you can blame Scope MD. Welcome to game number 3, where we will never make a mistake, you see. Like Dr. Seuss. So this is a control variant, and this is a very common control board you'll see, where we set a Solemn Judgment with a Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon and do nothing else. It's so bad. Alright. We Solemn Judgment the Marionetta. Before you guys say anything, I just didn't want him setting spoofing. Not spoofing, because he can't set that anyway. The one that, like, negates your cards. That's a card I didn't want him setting. Alright, so Mila Seek's probably going to grab Multi-Faker. It's all good. Ooh, if you guys are wondering why I'm yawning, it's 3:40 in the morning. Tired. Losing my mind. So, in this deck, I don't know why I put Guard Dragon Pisty here. It was just a way of getting rid of, like, dragon cards, right? Really stupid, though. Because this is going to lock me into dragons. Which normally is fine, because most of the deck's dragons anyways, right? Look, we actually destroy his card. We summon the Jet. Fucking Seto Kaiba's his mount. His epic flying mount. Fucking, he's playing World of Warcraft, and this is the shit he's flying on. Hit him for 3k. Bam, boom. Look at that. 2 Blue Eyes on the field. Fucking Gezk is reevaluating his life choices, losing to a fucking airplane. Fucking airplane's gonna run him over. In my defense, at least, it's a really cool looking airplane. Alright. Alright, so our opponent activates Protocol. So this is the card I was talking about, Protocol. Alright. Well, he's gonna bounce our Blue Eyes, which is a smart decision on his part. Because if he didn't, I would be able to summon the Jet Synchron, the Jet Dragon anyway. I could special summon it. So he's going to Ash, and then we cross out. Have you noticed a lot of these games I've had cross out in my hand, even though it's a 1-out? Kind of lucky. GG. Kind of lucky. You know what? when you're Seto Kaiba, you just pay Master Duel to have these cards in your hand. So you see, I had to go into Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon because of Pisty. So instead of ending on a good card, I had to end on this shit. But this card's unaffected by trap cards, which is actually not that bad versus Altergeist. All right, we're here for game number 4, and we're back with the regular deck. I can tell because I'm playing Rite of Emirs here. Our opponent activates Dimension Shifter, but we have it all, Called by the Grave. Just kidding, our opponent has it all, Ghost Spell. And sometimes you just have to scream to the top of your lungs, better lucky than good. So, yeah, it is what it is. You know? And I say that, I say it is what it is, but I'm telling you right now, every time this shit happens, I'm raging fucking badly. This guy just popped 3 hand traps against me. Like, I am screaming. He sets 2 cards and passes, though. So, I thought that was funny. I like to see this guy suffer, you know? He summoned Black Dragon, he just concedes. He was playing Floowandereeze, obviously. But it was going to be nuts, because we were going to banish that card. Then we could have played this, got it back, all this other shit. Boop, boop. Opponent's dead. Alright, guys, we're here for game number 5. I think I might go more than 5 games, just because some of these were really quick. We're going to Called by the Grave that Max C, because this guy, Jibril, is a dirty little skanko. I feel like there's too many hand traps in the game. And I know people are going to say, hey, Fatsoid, you're bad for saying that. But, like, dude, it's so annoying when you're trying to do... I also think there's too many combo-oriented shit in the game, too. Like, you have people doing, like, 30-hour turns. But if you guys seen the new Master Duel update, it looks like they're banning Hellkey Fiber Axe. About to fucking nut over that. Can't wait to see that card go. I have it, and I use it in a lot of decks. This deck is running it. But give me that 30 free dust, baby. That's all I'm asking for. Alright, so our opponent is going to add his Floowandereeze card. Again, we're playing against Floowandereeze. What a surprise. I love to see when they brick. Doesn't that make you happy? It makes me happy. I like cry. Cry tears of joy. So our hand is actually, like, kind of awkward. I actually misplay here. You want to know how I misplay? Wait, no, I didn't. I was thinking I misplayed here, but I was like thinking, I'm like, I could have summoned the Watering Enchantress and then linked these off to go into Verte and then do and then have like a clear win. But you're gonna see, I actually did not mess up. So Griffin Wider is going to come out, right? Then we bounce, and it's actually Book of Moon. So if I normal summoned the Watering Enchantress, he could have Book of Mooned Watering Enchantress, and I wouldn't have been able to do any of that. So in hindsight, it wasn't a bad play still, but could have been better. Smack him. I don't like the noise she's making. Oh, wow. Oh, no. I got evenly. Well, that sucked. What do I do now? I guess I just have to hope for him to... Oh, yeah. I like to show matches where Floowandereeze loses the game. It makes me happy. Even though the beginning is rage-inducing, like the last game where I got hand-trapped 30 times... And then this game I get in evenly matched. Still think it's hilarious. Alrighty, we're here for game number 6. We're going crazy. An extra game. Our opponent's cringe. Who the hell plays these cards? Loser. You need to be a hero and play Water Enchantress. Water Enchantress is going to 1. Woo! It's still not going to do anything. Like, people will still do the same combo, you know? It'll be like a very, very small difference in consistency, but it's like not really much because people are still gonna be running Foolish Burial and shit like that, you know. So I don't know. I still think it's a good change though. I wouldn't be upset though if I seen it banned either. Give me my 60 ultra rare dust back. Alright, our opponent's turn was cringe as hell. Let's try and break his board. It's gonna be really hard with our hand. Our hand's kinda it's gonna be a little harder when he called by the Graves me. So I have if I did not have cross out, this game would be already over. But we have cross out. It's good to stop it. It's actually crazy to me because they removed cross out because alright, cross out was a super impressive card too, especially for people going first. Like it made their going first turns really good, but also made your going second turns go a lot better too because you're able to cross out whatever they can, like the extra hand, their hand. Like I have to play through hand traps and I have to play through his card's abilities, which is kind of annoying. Which I'm kind of glad with the new ban list changes that you see coming. It looks like they're gonna make it so it's like going second is a little better. It's still not going to be as better as going first, but it's a good step in the right direction to try and even that field. All right, so we're doing some plays here. This is pretty rough for us personally. You draw that Chaos Creator. So this is my plan. I'm going to go into Verte, right? I'm going to tell you my plan right now. We go into Verte. He uses DPE. He pops Verte, right? Then I can create Chaos Creator, banish Verte, special summon Verte, and then activate its effect. And then I have Mirror Jade. Alright? So that's the plan. So he's falling for the plan. It's going to pop. I get the Black Dragon. Can't summon it. Remember, I already summoned it. So here we go. We activate the Chaos Creator. Never mind. We just get Phantom Knight, Fogblade, which we knew he had in his hand, I'm pretty sure. And we just lose the game. Sometimes your opponent has it, you know? Hello guys, we are at the recap and let's go over how did the deck perform? How did all the decks perform? And is Blue Eyes a good archetype? Because that's really what we're asking. Is Blue Eyes a good archetype? So let's just answer how did this deck perform. This deck particularly right here honestly did not perform very well. Just gonna be real with you. I really wanted it to perform well. And the people who say, oh, it's because you're running all these different engines. No, it's not because I'm running all these different engines. Because if I will concede. If I was playing pure Blue Eyes, I would get probably steamrolled hard in Diamond. People are not like let's just say setting a card and passing in Diamond. They're setting up like massive boards turn one, and if they're not setting up massive boards, they're breaking your boards very easily. And when your end board, like literally the best end board this deck can produce is Adventurer, like the Wandering Griffin with like Mirror Jade, or if you draw very, very well, you can end on Hulk with like the Hulk combo that goes into Baron de Fleur with Mirror Jade. That's if you end very, very well, right? But it's not that common, you see? So and another thing to say too is like when you play in a higher ranking, dude, you're gonna get constantly interrupted by hand trap after hand trap after hand trap. Dude, I even typed in the Discord. If I'll shout out to all my folks on Discord. Like, I kept losing games over and over and over because my opponent just played like 4 hand traps in a row, and it's like, what do I do to that? Like, and then they can just do one of their 1-card combos. Like, it's kind of tilting. But the sad thing of the matter is, like, Blue Eyes, they need a certain amount of cards to really, like, at least this deck in particular. I needed, like, certain engines to go off for me to actually do stuff. Like, let's be honest. Dictator of D, let's break down the cards, right? Blue Eyes, obvious brick. Like, if it's in my hand, it's a brick. Whitestone of Ancients could not be a brick if I have like a discard outlet, right? Dictator of D, I actually think Dictator D is a very good card. I wish Dictator D's secondary effect, special summoning of Blue Eyes, worked with Whitestone of Ancients. That'd be nice. It'd be a pretty nice quality of life change there. But the card's effect is very good, and also I like the fact that you get to control, if you have a Blue Eyes monster, you get to control the attacks. I think that's hilarious. I do actually really like the card. Now, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, this card's good. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, the card's good. Like, I'm not going to lie. The card is a good card. And the little Chaos Engine package I had. And before someone says, oh, you don't have Levianeer, that's why the deck didn't work. Yeah, I know I didn't have Levianeer because I couldn't... I don't have the Ultra Red Dust for it, okay? So I don't have the Ultra Red Dust for Levianeer. So I was using Chaos Creator as a fix. And Chaos Creator's effect isn't bad either. Chaos Emperor Dragon, good card that goes in probably most pure Blue Eyes decks anyway, right? But yeah, the deck just did not perform the way I wanted it to. We had probably... We just lost a lot of games. Like, I literally could not climb in Diamond with it at all. Like, I'd say, like, 80% of the field I was playing against, or 70% of the field I'm playing against, was Despia, branded Despia, too. So that's just toxic. And all the games I went second was just auto loses. It's like... Because they set up they do the Despia combo where they just set up the Mirror Jade with the, what is the other card? Ad Libitum. Right, this card right here. They set up the Mirror Jade with the Ad Libitum and the branded in red, and it's just really annoying. You have to deal with multiple banishes and stuff like that. It was just really annoying. But it is what it is. How did the control deck do? The control deck performed. It was still kind of mediocre. Like, just play any other control deck. Like, that's all I'm saying is, like, you play Eldritch, just way better. And the same thing goes for if you're playing like the pure variant. And I know the pure variant I was running was kind of troll. But I can't imagine, like, if I was running like Melody and all this other stuff, it still would not be very good. And people who say, "Oh no, that's because you weren't playing the cards," you guys are delusional. Like, I'm just saying, like, when you start playing against better players, like, yeah, this stuff works in silver, gold, and stuff. You probably get away with it in platinum, but like, once you play against the try-hard, sweaty people that are in diamond, like, you have to play something try-hard too, or you're just gonna have a bad time. It's gonna be tilting. Could you climb with Blue Eyes slowly in Diamond? Probably if you want to play 1,000 games, you know. It's just like with any other game. Like, you play League of Legends, and you're stuck in gold. Well, I mean, you can play you can one trick a champion that's like broken, and you can climb to platinum much faster doing that. Or you can one trick a champion that's mediocre and play 6,000 games with that, and then get to gold 1, gold 2. It's kind of the question you're asking yourself here with the Blue Eyes. So I hope the League analogy really worked with you guys. If not, if you played World of Warcraft, it's the same thing in PvP or something like that. You're trying to get Gladiator and you're playing compositions that suck ass. Like, it's going to be a lot harder to get Gladiator with it, obviously, if that's your goal. And don't even think about getting rank 1 with a comp that sucks ass, because you're playing against people who are not playing bad comps. They're playing top tier comps, and that's the problem. That all being said, what would I rate this on a tier of 1 to 10? I would rate the archetype as a whole and the deck a 7. The deck does what it's supposed to do, and I'm sure if I was playing in plat, I would have won a lot more, to be completely honest. Now, out of a tier list, I think this deck is rogue tier still. I don't even know if it's tier 3. It's too troll, dude. It's still rogue deck. I feel like the only way you make Blue Eyes work if you make it like a pure Dragon Link deck, and you just have Blue Eyes splashed in there for some reason. And then you start to ask yourself, why am I not just playing Dragon Link? So that's another thing you have to ask yourselves. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tried to make it a little more entertaining with all the different variants and stuff. But it is what it is. If you guys are mad about it, I don't tell you. But hope you have a good one, and goodbye.